Hey guys, thanks for taking a minute to watch this video. This is going to be the first video in a series. I'm calling it Cook With Me because, well, it needed a name. That's what these videos are about, and I basically have no imagination. So anyways, today we're focusing on meal planning and making a grocery shopping list. I know most of you already know how to do this, but it is a question that I get asked every single time I do my meal prep. Whether I post a picture or tell somebody about the foods that I've made, I always get asked, how do you shop for this, or how do you plan your meals? So that's what we're going to talk about. So first thing I do when I'm meal planning is I make my master meal list. You can call it whatever you want to, but it's basically a list of meals that your family eats on a regular basis. Breakfast, lunch, dinners, snacks, etc. Write down as many as you can think of. I do this because for some reason, when it comes to meal planning, I never seem to be able to remember what my family eats. My brain just kind of goes on the fritz, and I literally forget what we like to eat. So, I'm also obsessed with making lists. So there's that. So anyways, make your list. You should only have to do this once. Just keep it in a notebook or somewhere where you'll remember where it's at. I usually keep mine in my notebook where I typically start my meal planning list. So then take inventory of what you already have on hand. This might seem like a no-brainer or superfluous, but I forget a lot of times to plan meals with the food that I already have. If you're on a strict grocery budget, or just a grocery budget in general, this is going to help save quite a bit of money. Go through your freezer, your fridge, your pantry, wherever you keep your food at, and make a mental note or a list. Write it down, make another list. If you're a list freak like me, it makes me happy to do that. So now that you have your master meal list and your inventory list, go ahead and choose the meals from your meal list that go along with the foods that you already have on hand. This helps cut cost a lot, which is, again, helpful if you're on a fairly strict grocery budget. So this is where the meal list is going to come in handy too, because since it's meals that you and your family eat on a regular basis, you're likely to have quite a few of the ingredients on hand. So your grocery list isn't going to be huge, unless you only buy specific amounts to have, for the week or two. So after you've done that, the third thing you're going to do is go through each meal, every single meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, whatever you've chosen, and write down the specific ingredients that you're going to need for each of those meals. Don't forget seasonings. Make sure you have the seasonings. I know that really sounds retarded, but I don't know how many times I've gotten back to the house and I'm in the middle of cooking and realized that I am completely out of garlic powder or onion powder or, that I only have like a half a teaspoon of black pepper left. So that sounds lame, but don't forget to check your seasonings. But the reason that I do this is so when I'm grocery shopping, I'm not buying too little food. I'm making sure that I have enough food, say like meat, cheese, veggies, whatever it is, but that I have enough food for all of the meals that I want to make. So I don't have to go back to the grocery store. That's one thing I absolutely hate is I'll get back and I'll be in the middle of meal planning or it's the middle of the week and I realize that I am missing like one important ingredient, one simple thing, and I can't make this meal that, my kids have been asking for all week. And then I either have to have my husband pick it up on the way home or I have to go out to the grocery store to get it or make something else, and it's much easier if you get it done in one shopping trip. So make sure you have a list of specific ingredients, the exact amounts that you need. I usually get a little bit extra, say if it's ground beef or chicken or cheese or something like that. I'll get a little bit extra just if I'm expecting company during the week or just to have some extra if something comes up. That way I'm never wanting for something, and I don't ever get like a ton extra, maybe like 1 pound extra of ground beef or a little bit extra cheese or a little bit extra butter if they have it on sale or something. But I don't usually plan meals per day. I more so make a list of the foods of the meals that I want to make, and I have enough to cover the week or two that I'm planning for, but I don't usually put them like, okay, so Monday we're going to have waffles and sausage for breakfast, and for lunch we're going to do sandwiches, and for dinner I'm making spaghetti and meatballs. I have my list of breakfast, lunch, and dinners, but I don't have it set for a specific day. That way we can eat it whenever we want, and do what works for you though. If you're OCD or if you just like to do it that way, then go ahead and do it that way. That's not really what I do. So the fourth thing is this is more so for if you're on a very strict budget. Right now we kind of are, just with Christmas coming up and things like that. We're trying to save as much money as possible. So I usually substitute ingredients. So if I find something on sale, say a pork loin, for instance, and it's cheaper than chicken, I'll go with the cheaper option to save money. I know that pork is not always a great substitute for chicken in a lot of recipes, but in some recipes, if it's going to be a suitable option, then I'll go ahead and make that swap. Like I said, simply to save money. Sometimes beef will go on sale and I can substitute beef for chicken or chicken for beef or, whatever. But that's just a little way that I like to do things to save money. You can't always substitute stuff, but either every grocery shopping trip or every other one, I'm usually able to find one or two things that I can substitute to save a little bit of money on. The last thing, and this really isn't necessary, but it does help save time and money. It's an app that I use. I believe it is available for Apple and Android. I have an Android, so that's what I have. The app is available for me. It's called AnyList, and I'm going to insert a clip of it here. And this is I'm not pushing you guys to buy anything like that. I don't get anything from recommending this app, but it has helped so much, and I think that everybody should know about it, especially if you have large families and you're trying to save some money. This app has been awesome. So I'll show that to you guys now. All right, so this little blue icon right here, AnyList, that's the app that you're going to want to get. And let me just kind of walk you guys through it a little bit. So the first thing is, if you go down to the bottom to the little recipes tab, you can import recipes from the web. They have a list of approved websites, and there's quite a few websites on there that you can just transfer recipes, and it'll bring over the list of ingredients that you need, the preparation steps, and all of that. You can also input your own. If you have the free version, which is still very good, but if you have the free version, you're only able to import, I believe it's like up to 5 recipes. I have the paid version. I think it's like $15 a year, but it's worth it. I never pay for apps. I always get the free version. And this app is definitely worth the money. So like I said, you can import recipes, you can create your own recipes, add your own recipes, and then over here at the bottom, if you go to the meal, so I added a few recipes in here, a few meals in here, just to kind of show you guys how the app works. So if you can go to any day that you want to, and then you can add a recipe or add a note. I usually like to add a note, unless I have the recipe in there already. But say you want to let's do, say, waffles, and then click on label, and you can hit breakfast, lunch, dinner, none. You can create your own label, whatever you want. And then when you save it on there, it saves it, and the label, they're color-coded labels, so it makes it super easy. You have your meal plan right on here. You can add whatever you want. If you add a recipe, I already added a recipe, but if you add a recipe, let's go to this one, and if I can work it right. Okay, so let's go here. Let's add a recipe. I'm going to go by date created here towards the top. And then I have my recipes. Some of these are ones that I brought in. Some of these are recipes that I have put in myself. So let's go ahead and put in the chicken piccata with lemon sauce. Go ahead and save that. Now when you come down here to your meal plan and you have chicken piccata with lemon sauce, go ahead and click on that. If you scroll down here, you see all of the ingredients. And all the way down at the bottom here, it says add all ingredients to list. So you can add all of them to your list, and it's going to give you those specific amounts of ingredients of everything that you need. Or you can just add, if all you need is like butter, olive oil, and salt, say, add those. It's going to add those directly to your shopping list, which I think is pretty awesome. All right, so there is that, your meal plan and your recipes. Okay, so add your list, and this is my favorite part of the app. This is what I use more than anything else. You can add as many shopping lists as you want to. On one, there's like 2 or 3 different options for the paid version, and you can, on one of them, you can actually add family members to it, which is pretty cool. This one, I think it's like $15 a year, and it's just the single version, so only one person can have it on their phone. So click on your shopping list, and you can create as many as you want to, again, which is pretty cool. On the paid version, I don't think you can do this on the free version, but on the paid version, you can add prices to everything on your shopping list, which is amazing if you are trying to keep a strict budget. So like I've got all my stuff for, for this week. And if you look down at the right-hand corner, it says all is $57.96. That's going to tell you your total cost pre-tax of what is on your grocery list, so long as you have the prices in there. On the bottom left-hand corner, crossed off is $11.05. Again, that's pre-tax, but that's super helpful for like if you're in the grocery store and again, say you have $100 to spend. As you're putting things in your cart, you notice I click off, I'll scratch off mac and cheese. It adds that amount to my crossed off list. So if I'm on a very strict budget, I know I have a certain amount of money, then when I add it to my cart and I scratch it off on my list, it tells me exactly how much I'm spending so far. I know the total cost by the by the bottom right hand amount, but then I know the amount that's in my cart by the bottom left hand, and that's really helpful. You can add, if you click the little pencil, the edit button by, let's do the top one, mac and cheese, go there. You can add the price for each one. And the reason this is really cool is because for down here at the bottom it says store prices. You can add different store. You can add different stores, as many as you want, and then you can add the cost of the item per store. So if you are trying to figure out where's your cheapest option to go to get something, you have it all right here in your phone. And that's pretty cool. I usually look up I'll look up prices online and I'll put those into my phone, so that way I don't have to spend a bunch of time going to a bunch of different stores. I know exactly where I need to go and what I need to get at each store. You can change the quantity, and when you change the quantity, if you notice the total cost right above the notes section, the total cost changes as I add or take away the quantities, which is pretty cool. It helps just calculate everything for you. You can add it to any category that you want. It will automatically add it to a category, but you can change it and add it to whatever category you want. You can put it in whatever store that you want to. Anyways, it's just pretty cool. It's a very useful app. I absolutely love it. It has helped save time. It has helped save me money. It has helped me stick to my budget. So that's really, really cool. I really enjoy this a lot. Anyways, so that pretty much wraps it up. If this was helpful to you guys, let me know. Like I said, I know a lot of you guys probably already do this. You probably know all of this information, but this has been something that's been requested, so that's why we did it today. And this is just what I do, you guys. You guys can do it whatever works for you. Do whatever works for you. This is just how I do it. It's what works for me. It's just the best way that I've personally found to do it. If there's anything else that you guys want to see, go ahead and let me know. I am putting together a couple of meal prep videos, freezer meals, things like that. But if there's any specific recipes that you guys would like to see, go ahead and let me know if this was helpful or if it wasn't, if there's something you didn't like about it, whatever. Just let me know your thoughts on it. This is kind of new for me, making a video like this. So I guess just let me know what you guys think and make me feel better about myself, because I feel kind of cheesy just sitting here talking to my phone. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful, and I will see you guys later. Bye.